What's good? So this unit was requested a lot in the past and just finally came around to it. This will be the showcase for the 100% potential Super Intelligence Vegeta unit. Now this unit does have the nuking passive, and we'll cover the details here in a second. But again, this is the Super Intelligence Vegeta unit. Leader skill is Intelligence and Physical Type Ki +3, HP attack and defense increase of 30%. The super attack will cause supreme damage and raises attack for 3 turns. Now for the passive, attack increase of 20% per Intelligence Ki Sphere collected, recover HP with candy. The candy part is pretty irrelevant, but the 20% increase to attack is fairly decent, I guess, even in today's age of Dokkan Battle. In terms of links, you're looking at Saiyan Warrior Race, that's 700 to attack. Royal Lineage is +1 Ki. Saiyan Pride is 15% increase to attack. Prepare for Battle is +2 Ki. Golden Z Fighter is +2 Ki. Supreme Power is attack and defense increase of 1000. And Fierce Battle is attack increase of 15%. For the categories, he falls into Majin Buu Saga, Pure Saiyans, and Vegeta's family. At 100% potential, the stats are the following. HP is 13,585, attack is 13,711, and defense is 9,354. 12 Ki Multiplier is 135%. So again, this was requested quite a bit in the past. Again, sorry for the delay, but finally here it is. I think the timing's okay too, because Vegeta's family is pretty good in terms of providing the maximum boost possible, and you do have a lot of pretty good units that fall into the category as well, somewhat as a supporting type role. Now in this showcase, you are going to see the unit linked up with the Intelligence Rage Trunks unit, not because of the best link sets, but because the Rage Trunks has the ability to convert the Strength Ki over to the Intelligence Ki, so that helps Vegeta collect as much Ki as possible, because his passive is restricted to the attack increase of 20%, dependent on collecting Intelligence Ki. So it's not all across the board in terms of any type of Ki, but specific to the Intelligence type Ki. So for that regard, it's better to have the Rage Trunks unit linked up with that unit, just to have the each of the rotations the best cases possible. So you'll see other units, like the Vegeta units that do have the Saiyan Pride link skill. That's still a 15% increase on top of some of the other links like Fierce Battle and stuff like that. So it definitely does help a little bit. So definitely did want to include units like that in rotation. Of course, the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta unit is also a very good unit as well. Even without the super attack increase for attack for the rest of the team, the passive support still provides a decent boost to attack and defense, along with the Ki boost. Not that the Ki boost is necessarily that important for this particular unit, but the passive support definitely does help boost up the attack a little bit more. Again, this is on Boss Rush 7, so it is one of the newest Dokkan events in terms of the variety of enemies you face. So the defense is typically a little bit better for these enemies than they are for the rest of the the other stages in Boss Rush. So it's a little bit more realistic in terms of what to expect off of this unit in the current state of Dokkan Battle. So that definitely does provide a little bit more realism in terms of how this unit actually does in recent times, I guess. This unit is pretty old if you think about it. I think the release date for this unit was, for JP, it was April of 2017. It came out a month later for Global, I think May of 2017. So it's definitely been 2 years since this unit came out. And quite honestly, I doubt a lot of people still use this unit. I think it's one of those units that are, being a little bit dusted in people's decks, you know what I mean? So even though like the 20% increase to attack is pretty good, the fact that, it is a non-Super Saiyan unit, so, lacking the Super Saiyan link skill, and other factors, like, there are way better Vegeta units in the game right now. Even the some of the, like, Vegeta itself, base form Vegeta, there are not that many units to begin with in terms of, good ones, but there are a few that are a little bit better in terms of like the older school Vegeta, like that got a Dokkan Awaken. That's certainly a pretty good unit there. The link sets are, I think, for the most part the same, but other than that, there's not that many, I guess. So in that regard, it could be one of the better ones out of the group. But quite honestly, I doubt a lot of people still use this unit. I think they're, the Super Saiyan Vegeta variations are, much better to begin with, and you probably don't necessarily need to run this unit on even like a Vegeta's family category. They're much better units anyhow. So this is more or less, just testing how this unit is in today's age of Dokkan Battle, and just seeing how this unit, produces in terms of attack stats and, damage capacity. Obviously, the more intelligence ki collected, the higher the attack stats will be for this unit. So a lot of it is driven by, getting help from the Rage Trunks unit, collecting a lot of ki. And I think so far, the highest attack stats I've seen so far is like 1.8 million, depending on, how much ki he collects. And it's pretty good in terms of, flatline attack stat. But again, you do have to collect a lot of ki in order to get to that point. So in that regard, there's definitely a lot better units. I mean, just getting a super attack without dependency on ki, they can produce similar outputs. So in that regard, it's not the greatest of units. But again, it's one of those showcases that people would ask for just to see out of curiosity how this unit does. So that's really what it comes down to. Now in this case, Dokkan mode is activated, type advantage as well, so we'll see how this unit does. Not quite as high in terms of attack stats from what we've seen so far, but because of not collecting as much ki, but he should be able to do okay here. I mean, 3 million with the crit, that's pretty good. That's definitely pretty good. We'll see how his defensive abilities are, though, against the Jiren unit. So definitely does take a decent amount of hits here. Some of the other units, especially the newer ones, will take a lot less in damage. So, the defense is a little bit shoddy, I guess, but that's really, you can't really blame that considering how old this unit is. So in that regard, it does make sense as to why he's taken such a heavy amount of damage. But I mean, I guess like 11,000 really isn't too bad, but I don't know, who knows, maybe at some point this guy will get a rebirth or another Dokkan Awaken, we'll see. But as of right now, it's probably one of those units that aren't really considered candidates for that. I think the other unit that came out at the same time was the Spirit Bomb Goku as well. That unit also has an increase of 20% to attack based on the ki collected. And yeah, I mean, that's also a decent unit, but honestly, there are much better units. Like, the easiest one to pick out is the LR, 1000 Day Goku. So, even though the percentage is less than the Strength Spirit Bomb Goku, the overall balance and damage capacity is much better. Plus, the LR Spirit Bomb Goku has the ability to recover HP as well, so that definitely does help. So overall, that unit's definitely better over the other. But at the end of the day, not many people are going to have the 1000 Day Goku. It takes literally 1,000 days logins to get to that, get to the point of receiving 5 copies. So it's definitely one of the more rare units, I guess, but it is what it is. I mean, overall, I guess my impression of this unit with, the newer Dokkan events is certainly not bad. I think the new leader categories of, Vegeta's family, even Pure Saiyans, definitely does help bring back some of the older units into somewhat relevancy, but at the same time, it's an okay unit. Like I said, not many people probably run this unit nowadays. It's probably, like I said, dusting in the player decks, so to speak, but yeah, I mean, this was the showcase for the unit, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. As always, I do appreciate you watching, but again, I do like to test out units that don't necessarily get the limelight nowadays, so this is one of those units that definitely falls into that criteria, like units that are definitely lacking the spotlight a little bit, people tend to forget about, but that's why this channel exists. So as always, hopefully you enjoy these types of content and look forward to newer ones. All right, I'll check you guys later then.